What is your favorite kill in the illustrious, the lengthy Leprechaun franchise? I think I already know the answer.
Yeah, so I because of this, I'm going to give you an honorable mention.
So I have an honorable mention too. Yeah. You go first.
Yeah. So my honorable mention is Andy's solar panel kill in Leprechaun Returns.
I thought that was going to be your number one.
Yeah.
So I intentionally did not pick that because I went, Mark's going to pick the fucking solar panel kill. It is so cool.
It is good.
It's really good. I think most people have it as like the number one kill in the franchise. My problem with it is, to set this up again, the kill is that the kids are fixing up this house and they have to they're trying to make it like self-sufficient. It's like supposed to be off the grid or whatever. It has to like generate its own power and it's all be like renewable resources. It's supposed to be like a greenhouse kind of idea, right? And so they're putting these solar panels on the roof. And the douchey guy, is it Andy? Is that his name was?
Yeah, Andy. Yeah.
And he's like arguing with his on and off again fling girl, and they're like bickering about how to install this panel. And he doesn't put the bolts or the screws in right.
That's right.
Well, it's funny. I think she says screws, but actually you wouldn't use screws for that. You would actually use bolts.
Whatever. She's doing it right and he's doing it wrong.
Well, she's not if she's using screws because those would pull out. You're supposed to you should be using bolts and you should be ratcheting it in if you want it to actually stay up there. Yeah. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then later on, the Leprechaun uses it as a weapon against them, and he like uses his telekinesis and then knocks it off because it's not properly secured.
Right.
And then it perfectly bisects him down the middle.
It slides off the roof and he's standing underneath it and it just comes
and
right
it
down.
looks like something out of Final Destination.
Yeah.
It just looks
That's
like
a good way to describe it.
It looks like a Final Destination type kill. That's just like brutal, extreme violence.
Yeah.
And it like bisects him where his front and his back split apart. And I don't know if any of it was practical.
I don't think it could have been, but.
No, but I mean, like, I don't, like, was the body practical when it slides off the panel? Because that looked pretty convincing. It looked pretty damn good.
No, it was good.
I don't know what was practical, what wasn't, but it looks really good. That's a good kill.
Yeah.
But I didn't pick that one because it's not really a showcase of the Leprechaun's powers.
Yeah.
To me, that's not like, because I'm thinking best kill, I'm going, what is the best representation of what the Leprechaun can do?
And I think this is the reason why I came prepared with an honorable mention, because I think we both have the same one for this.
Because to me, that's the cheap one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your number one?
So my number one is obviously the lawnmower kill.
That's my honorable mention.
Yeah.
So I want to make it number one. Yeah. It's a really good kill. Mark, set it up. How does that kill go?
So this is
from part 2.
Leprechaun 2.
Yeah.
And
Ian is the character.
Yeah. And he has come back to
so he drops off Bridget.
Yeah.
And
they've been on their pseudo date.
Yeah, and Bridget cock teases him and then tells him to fuck off.
She goes back inside, but then he gets a glimpse that she's in the garage. And she is her shirt is open. And he sees her bare breasts and he's sort of drawn into this. What we know and what he doesn't know is that the Leprechaun is using his magic to make Ian think that her bare breasts are that, when in actuality it's a lawnmower. And I don't know if I've ever actually seen one like this. 2 blades spinning, and he basically just sticks his face.
No, that's what that's definitely, they have lawnmowers where they have 2 blades. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just literally, that's what it would look like if it was vertical, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lawnmower that is hovering in the air vertically, and Ian's just drawn into it because what he thinks he's seeing is her tits, and he thinks he's about to go into her tits, and then he just goes into the lawnmower.
Basically sticks his face into
spinning blades.
It's a perfect description of the magical powers that he has to not only
illusion.
make you,
It's an illusion. And he's also using telekinesis. He's not manifesting that lawnmower. It was already
it's
there.
sitting there.
Yeah, he's just turning it on and holding it in place, and he's using his illusion. Why that doesn't get the number 1 kill?
Yep.
They cut away.
The vision before you appears to be true. But a leprechaun's magic fools humans like you.
They don't show it.
Well,
it's bloodless.
Yeah, you don't get to see his face get completely.
No, but you don't even get to see any of it. It just goes to the shadow. It goes to a silhouette, and then you just hear some noises. They puss out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the saw blade kill in part 7 of Friday the 13th. They puss out. They cut away, unfortunately.
But it's just such a.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool visual. The idea is like haunting, but yeah. It's not my number 1.
No.
My number 1, a kill that you actually get to see. The sprinkler kill from Halloween from Halloween Returns, from Leprechaun Returns.
Yeah.
So this is Meredith. And so she made a deal with the Leprechaun to sacrifice Lila.
Yep.
And then the Leprechaun turns on her and starts chasing her. And she's like running through a field, and it's kind of like a farm-esque place, right? So there's a bunch of sprinklers.
Yep.
And this classical music starts playing, and the Leprechaun starts dancing around to the music. And he's in time with the beats of the music. He's using his telekinesis to launch the sprinkler heads at Meredith, and he's like pelting her with them.
Yep.
And then he sends one of them flying at her, and it rams into her fucking head, and then continues to work.
I wouldn't lay a hand on you. I didn't say I wouldn't kill you. Now she's one with nature. Ashes do ashes. Oh, blood and guts.
And she like falls to the ground, and the sprinkler's still working.
It's the kind that's like.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. It's just
and then it just starts spurting out. Somehow the sprinkler's still working, and it instead of water, it's now shooting out her blood like in a stream. It's like spurting it out in these spurts. That to me is a perfect Leprechaun kill.
Yeah. It's especially great because she deserves what she gets.
Her fate.
Yeah. So when you see her get such a violent kill like that, you're like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good one. It shows his powers because he's using telekinesis. It shows his humor. He's like dancing.
He's loving it.
He's
right?
loving it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a fun kill, and it's a good gore kill.
Yeah.
So that's my number 1 in the franchise. Yeah. But I respect your Ian pick. That was my honorable mention. I thought for sure you were going to pick the bisection.
Yeah.
I respect the fact you didn't, because I think anybody would take that one. Most people take that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't feel very. There's just not much humor to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's It's the obvious pick.
Yep.
Yeah. Mark, what is your worst kill in the franchise?
So, to be perfectly honest, I did not remember that Justin wanted us to bring
to 2 best and worst.
Yeah, so I just brought a best. I brought 2 bests apparently. So this is kind of a cop out.
Sure.
But I will say, throughout this franchise, this happens a lot. A lot of kills in these movies happen off screen. So I don't have a specific one for you, but there's too many that just cut away and show you nothing.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, Ian's kill does, but I would say the pawn shop owner from Leprechaun in the Hood. That's a terrible one.
If you're watching this franchise, or if you're going to watch this franchise, be prepared for that.
A lot of cutaway kills.
Some entries more than others. Yeah, like
it happens.
You're not going to get to see what you want to see in a lot of these.
This
movies.
is a pretty bloodless horror franchise.
Yeah, they make up for it in.
It's not in specifically in Returns.
Yeah.
We got to give Returns credit for the amount of gore in it. Yeah. It does what modern horror films do now, which is show you everything.
Everything.
Show you
Yeah.
everything. But like, this is a very bloodless series. It's not very gory, and there's actually not as many kills as you'd think. The body counts in these movies are pretty low.
Pretty low.
Yeah, which is weird. That actually hurts it for me.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta.
And it takes points away from, is this a slasher? Because I mean,
Yeah.
slashers have body counts. Like that's
Right.
the whole idea, right?
Yeah. And there's not as many creative kills as you think.
Yeah.
So I was actually struggling to come up with my top ones.
Yeah.
I was like, these aren't that creative. A lot of the kills are kind of just bland.
There's not a whole lot to
There's
choose
not a
from.
whole lot to pick from. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my number one worst is from Leprechaun 3, and that is Gupta's death, the pawn shop owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Firstly, fuck this whole scene. It ruins the opening of this movie. And it opens with the Leprechaun and Gupta like going to war for like the first half an hour
It
of
was
Leprechaun
30 minutes
3.
before he dies.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes before he dies. And they drag this out so long. It starts off promising. So first, the Leprechaun like bites off Gupta's ear.
Yeah.
He bites a chunk out of his ear. And then he starts beating him with a shillelagh. It's actually one of the few movies, we didn't mention this when we talked about Leprechaun 3. There's, I think, 1 or 2 movies where the Leprechaun has a shillelagh.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not familiar with what that is, that's a Irish walking stick, which they actually also use for like self-defense.
Right.
Like it's an actual thing. So that is a neat little touch to add to the Leprechaun repertoire.
Yeah.
So kudos to 3 for giving him that. And I think one of the other ones he has it as well. And so he's beating Gupta with the shillelagh and maiming him, and then he even bites off one of his toes. And you're like, okay, this is good. But then Gupta fights back, and he has like pulls out the medallion, and the Leprechaun shrinks away, and then he like takes out a gun, and then it just drags out into this cat and mouse bullshit, and it goes on way too long.
Yeah.
And Gupta's winning, then the Leprechaun's winning, and then the Leprechaun like hits him with an arrow from like one of the store like statues. And then you're like, okay. And then at one point they just like pause and aren't even fighting, and they just start like negotiating. I'm like, what is this? This isn't a kill scene. And then it all culminates and you're like, okay, well, it's going to have a big finish, right? Do you remember how it ends?
No.
The Leprechaun strangles him with a phone cord.
This is our last chance. I warned you. I won't be silly! Oh no! What was I thinking?
That's right. Yeah, I do have a note about that.
He like just wraps a phone cord around his neck and he's like, "Where's me gold?" And that's it. And then he strangles him a little too long. Gupta's like, "Oh."
There's no story reason to have that fight go on that long.
Right.
So by the time he actually gets around to killing him, no matter how he kills him, it's not going to be worth it.